Pokemon Ranger! I choose you!
What's up, mighty boys and girls, it's your Ranger here, and welcome to, sadly this time just a short review of Pokemon Journeys. This week's adventure is mostly about Pokegirl Koharu, and with her receiving more and more spotlight compared to the past. So, if you want to know more, if you want to know my opinion, then grab some popcorn, grab some cookies, and let's dive right into my impressions. In short, it's the Gen 8 gang going to Glimwood Tangle in the Galar region after Koharu received a vision from Galarian Ponyta and its injured partner Rapidash. This episode was all about Koharu, which is why they separated her from the boys. While Koharu had the mission to help out the Galarian Ponyta, Ash and Go got lost after Go caught another new Pokemon, only to come across the hidden town of Belmont, where they encountered Opal, the enthusiast of the color pink and gym leader of the town, who asked the boys several questions while also slowly but surely dressing them up with pink clothes. Meanwhile, Koharu tries to help out the injured Rapidash by collecting the rainbow flower, only to be interrupted by wild Impidimps and their prankish behavior. And to solve that problem, Koharu and Eevee just play along with their behavior, which basically ends up in a food fight. Grateful for Koharu and Eevee playing along with them, the Impidimps decide to give them the flowers. Rapidash gets healed, both Koharu and Eevee get a ride back to the boys. Koharu suddenly wakes up, thinks back at the adventure and the bond she has witnessed with her newfound friend, and the episode ends with the fairy tale showing a girl who looks very much like Koharu alongside her partner Eevee. And that's what basically happened, and overall this was a solid episode. In the past we had Koharu episodes where the plot was divided 50-50, with Koharu and the boys getting an equal amount of screen time. But this time, the boys barely got anything, while Koharu for the most part was today's focus, which in my opinion was the right decision, giving us the indication once more that Koharu is now a main part of the group by establishing herself and her Eevee a bit more. But that doesn't mean that anything that Ash and Go received was a waste of time. I honestly really thought that the short amount of interaction they had with Opal was honestly really entertaining, and them dressing up in all pink was some genuinely funny comedy. And I especially have to say that both Go and Cinderace really look good in pink. Now let's move on to Koharu and Ponyta. The thing I really appreciate about their adventure was how, while traveling through this forest, they really showcase how beautiful and big the Glimwood Tangle actually is, with all the rifts and unknown places you can reach by using the mushrooms, unlike in the games where it feels very limited and rather small. Although Eevee was already known as a rather prankish and lively Pokemon who loves to play with other Pokemon, I think this episode right here is also the very first time we see a comedic and playful side of Koharu, with all the faces she did and how she solved the problem by playing along with those childish games, which in my opinion was a really important thing to establish, especially if you compare to her early days, where many people, including Go himself, typecast her as this rather cold and distant person who should only play one role in life. And with this episode we see that she shows other sides of her personality as well, thanks to her being more open to Pokemon. But as much as I like this episode, there's one rather huge and relevant nitpick I have with this episode, which is that she didn't catch Ponyta. Hear me out. I know that it's maybe too early for her to catch a second Pokemon, but what in my opinion speaks for Koharu catching a new partner is the way they established their relationship. Think about it. The only reason the gang went to the Galar region in the first place was because Ponyta used her psychic power, I think, to reach out for help, which in the end reached Koharu, basically telling the viewers that those two have some sort of really deep and faithful connection with each other right from the get-go, and which in my opinion is also very similar to Ash's first encounter with Riolu, where Riolu communicated with Ash via aura, therefore underlining how faithful and deep their encounter was meant to be. After that she goes through all the trouble helping out the Pokemon, even receiving a ride on their back, which Ponyta and Rapidash usually don't allow anyone to do, and at the end Koharu and Eevee are established as the heroes of the fairy tale. So you can see why there is a good argument of why Koharu should have caught Galarian Ponyta. But at the end of the day, it didn't really hurt the episode too much because it was still a good episode. I guess it just wasn't meant to be, and this was just a modern version of that old fairy tale, but through the point of view of Koharu and Eevee. But man, just imagine if she caught a new Pokemon. It would have been awesome. Anyway guys, I really hope you enjoyed this short review. Tell me your opinion, and just like always, see you guys in the comments down below. Bye guys!